And welcome into a special Level 2 playoff edition of The Final Drive. I'm Zach Hanley, he's Andrew Banstra, and we're getting closer and closer to our final destination.
Yeah, Zach, win tonight, and you are 2 wins away from Camp Randall. And in this round of the playoffs, we had a lot of regular season rematches.
Yeah, we'll start in Division 1. Big A rematch between Middleton and Verona. Wildcats coming off their first win in the playoffs since 2016. And won that Week 4 matchup earlier in the year against the Cardinals. Middleton, though, a perfect 5-0 on the road this year and would like nothing more than to avenge their only loss of the year. Third quarter, Gabe Piscini goes up and over the goal line to cut Verona's lead down to 1. But the Wildcats would answer right back. Eli Lagomasino finds his BFF, Mike Velichka, and the senior changes positions quicker than a scared politician and gets dragged down inside the 5. And that would lead to this. Trey Poteet, that man's quick on his feet. He gets to the corner and for one of his 3 tuds on the night. Verona wins it 28-26. They'll face Hamilton next week.
Even when they were in Division 1, regular season games were the least of Wanakee's concerns. They haven't lost one since 2019, but the 2021 state champs lost in Level 3 last year. Tonight, they're in Level 2 hosting La Crosse Central. First quarter, the Key already up by 7 points, and they stick to their bread and butter. Put it in Benjamin Lindsley's hands and watch good things happen. Lindsley off to the races, and he gives the Warriors a 14-0 lead on the touchdown. And then Central marching down the field, trying to make it a ball game, but on third down, Wanakee's Cole Savala eats his sack lunch and knocks the Riverhawks out of field goal range. And then later in the first, Vance Johnson back to pass, and he's got a man. It's David Emmerich who walks in untouched. And right now, the Key looks untouchable. They win it 49-0. Make that 42-0 the final. When Monona Grove and Sun Prairie East meet, you can expect one thing: points, and a lot of them. 2 of the state's top-powered offenses have combined for a whopping 737 points this year, but something has to give. East beat MG 57-34 back in Week 1 of the season. First quarter, Corinda L's quarterback, Drew Kavanaugh, drops back and fires an absolute rocket to Luke Dam for the touchdown. Sun Prairie East with a quick 7-zip lead. And then, still in the first, Monona Grove receiving the kickoff after an East touchdown. Here it is, bobbing and weaving Cardinals defenders, and this Monona Grove Golden Eagle finds a seam and works his way all the way back to the touchdown. How about a return on a kickoff to make it 14-12? Second quarter, Kavanaugh with the handoff to Brady Kaufman, and it is a race to the pylon. He dives in for the 13-yard score. Sun Prairie East wins it 43-12, the final.
9 of the 10 games Mount Horeb Barneveld played this season, they've won by at least 12 points. Offense, defense, special teams. Brett St. Arnold has his boys humming every single week. Their next challenge, Baraboo. Thunderbirds looking for a statement win in Division 3 and to shake up the bracket. 4th and 6 for the Vikings. They're going for it. Casey Helgeson hits a wide open Chris Keel, and he's got reservations for 6. 40 yards on the score. MHB goes up 8-0. Now it's 8-7 in the second. Baraboo on the move, but they cough it up here. Keel is there for the scoop, and we're going the other way. Then a couple plays later, more from that dynamic duo. This time, Helgeson sets his feet and chucks it deep to Keel. 53-yard bomb puts the Vikings up 9. They move on with a 38-13 win. Other side of the Division 3 bracket, Monroe heads back to the Level 3 playoffs with a 28-20 win over McFarland. The Cheesemakers will face Stoughton, who beat Waterford next Friday.
Lodi is 11-0 this season, and they've outscored opponents, get this, 400-42. Needless to say, they've been historically dominant. But right now for the Blue Devils, it is 1 game at a time, and tonight they hosted West Salem. It's so cold tonight that even those mascots needed a break to warm up a little bit. But Mason Lane and the Blue Devils, they're always on fire. Lodi already up 28-0, and they're not slowing down. Kyler Clemens, he's got a 50-yard house call, and he's taking it in for the tutty. Make it 35-zip Lodi heading to half. And then first drive of the second half, Lane on the read option. He'll keep it. It's a foot race, and Mason tells West Salem, stay in your own lane. He scores the touchdown as Lodi dominates West Salem. They'll advance to Level 3 with a 49-0 win. Elsewhere in Division 4, the Elcats of Lake Mills fell to Catholic Memorial, who will go on to play Lakeside Lutheran, who took down Platteville 28-7. And in Division 5, Columbus knocked off Prairie to Sheen 33-7, and that sets up a level 3 matchup against Aquinas next week. The Blue Golds ended the Phoenix of Watertown Luther Prep season.
Well, both Mineral Point and Darlington had convincing level 1 wins to set up a swall showdown where one team ends the other's season. The Redbirds beat the Pointers on their home field in Week 6. Mineral Point trying to return the favor tonight and end a 3-game losing streak to Darlington. Hard to find points in this one. This was a defensive struggle. That is your only touchdown of the game in the third quarter by Braylon Goebel, and that would be your game winner. Darlington beats Mineral Point again, 7-0, the final. And in Division 7, the Chieftains are moving on. Potosi-Cassville beat River Ridge to set up a showdown with Blackhawk Warren, who knocked off Johnson Creek. Bottom half of the bracket, Randolph moves on while Cambria-Friesland's season comes to an end.